We're at the Tulsa Tempo Podcast. You just got done listening to Jacob Dement across the street at the church studio for Tunes at Noon.
Did you get that? I'm Amy Elizabeth, your hostess.
Cut. We're done.
Did you get it?
Nailed it.
We just got done listening to the Jacob Dement. He was doing the Tunes at Noon over at the church studio. He was kind enough to come over and hang out with us here at the Tulsa Tempo Podcast. So welcome to the show. I'm really glad you're here.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
The first song that you played is one of my favorites. I've heard you play it many times because I'm a fan. Hello, fangirl. It was called Tulsa Blues.
It's called Tulsa Blues. About much of anything except for music, but I got no scientific claims over all the things I'm saying. Just take them with a grain. Remember, this opinion is betwixt and between, but here it is. It makes no difference to me to offend the local music players' sensibilities. They keep crying on the things that they should be celebrating, always hating all the things that they should love instead of hating. Like a song that almost makes it all the way, or a tour where their buddies playing every single day. Don't they know you can't get mad about someone's happy news? And don't talk down on no one except to compliment their shoes. I guess I'm guilty too. I got them Tulsa blues. Got them Tulsa blues. If you're mad, I'm talking about you. Now the thing about some players I'll never understand, they always play the family, but they never lend a hand to the ones that really need it. They always save their breath. Some shoot their veins off full of junk or drink themselves to death. And then there's me. I'm stuck somewhere in between. I've done my share of cocaine and my share of shady things. And after all is said and done, I guess I've lived a lot of lies. The biggest lie of all was that I'd never compromise. But I'm alive. I got them Tulsa blues. Got them Tulsa blues. If you're mad, I'm talking about you. Love or hate, I don't You can't hold the door for one without the other one creeping in. Keep on playing this guitar and just be good with what I got. 'Cause money is not important unless I got to make a lot. Well, who am I trying to fool when it costs this much to live? Sometimes I got to be this cruel when my songs ain't worth $1. My heart is worth much less than the only way to win is playing closer to the chest. I guess I got them Tulsa blues. Got them Tulsa blues. If you're mad, I'm talking about you. Tulsa Blues. Thank y'all so much. Cool.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I had a friend, Jake Flint, passed away a couple years ago now, but he had some really cool opportunities come his way. Really cool, like Texas radio stuff that he was doing, and big opening gigs and things like that. And there were a lot of people that at the time had quite a bit to say about how he was less deserving than, some other people that they thought were more deserving of these opportunities. And it really kind of highlighted how cutthroat everything seemed to be in our scene, our music scene. And I know that's probably universal to a lot of different music scenes, but it bothered me because that was my buddy. Mm-hmm. But it got me thinking, kind of introspectively, got me thinking, like, I've done a lot of these same things that are annoying me about these people, talking trash on a guy that's my best bud, and but I've done that. I've talked down about other musicians before, admittedly, and I've been jealous of other musicians before, and so it was a song that I kind of put together. It kind of seemed like a dig on the Tulsa music scene, but by the end of it, you can realize lyrically that it was just a dig on me. It was kind of the realization that I've kind of been like the jerk before as well, just like everybody else. And so it's called Tulsa Blues, but it should have been titled differently, I think. Yeah, I dig the song, and I'm proud of what I wrote. I do think that we all need to kind of look at how we treat our scene. This is something that we're all a part of, and we all have some sort of input, whether it's creative or if it's just a social input to it. But everything that we do and say around other people and to other people affect the scene that we create here, and it can affect it in a positive way, or it can affect it, the latter. And it seems like there's a little bit too much of the negative side of it getting tossed around. So that's why I wrote that one.
That's great. Speaking of your friend, Jake, you wrote the second song that you did, you wrote for him. And I'm very moved by that song. I just recently lost a really dear friend of mine just a couple weeks ago. And so that it kind of hit me in the heart a little bit, and I was trying not to, get weepy. Yeah. So tell me about how that came together for him.
Well, sorry to hear about your friend.
Oh, thank you.
He was big in everybody's life. And so to say he was my best friend is kind of, I don't know, not that I'm downplaying it, but he was everybody's best friend. And so, but I felt it nonetheless. It was a very heavy loss for my wife and I, and for the entire community. Hundreds of people showed up to pay their respects. I don't know that there's a whole lot to say. What kind of struck me about Flint passing away was the sheer amount of attention-seeking people, and that's not just speaking locally, not even regionally, but national news outlets were calling me in the middle of the day and trying to ask me questions. And it's hard for me to talk about this without cursing. I don't know how vulgar you guys get on here, but I had to tell them to, go screw yourself. Hang up the phone. I get another call from somebody from a major news outlet, and hey, we got your number from so and so. We heard that you and Jacob Flint were close, and we just wanted to get your. And this is days after he died, and it was just disgusting. And then just a constant influx of social media posts and comments. It just felt greasy, Like, we get it. We get that your thoughts and prayers are going out, and hugs and kisses and all this crap. We get it, But you don't have to. You're not posting that for somebody else. You're just posting that for you. And I never felt the need to post much of anything about it because I was grieving the way that people are supposed to grieve privately. You're dealing with it on your own. And it just seemed wrong. All of it just seemed wrong, which I guess there's not really a right when it comes to somebody dying. But so there's a line in the chorus that says we're all just wolves anyway, because that's what they do. They devour something, and then they just move on to the next dead thing, and they devour that, and they just keep going. And it seems like, as humans, that's what we're doing. And with someone as incredible and influential as Jake Flint, it still didn't matter. He was just the next thing to be devoured and moved beyond, But
So I know for me, with my friend passing, he was my running buddy. We hung out all the time, and then all of a sudden he's not there. And I keep looking for him, everywhere I go. I keep waiting for him to walk in the door and come sit next to me. He had my back at all times. So, and I'm struggling with that, because it's still new. So for you, after Flint passed away, how did you come out of that? How did you deal with that grief? And how did you pour that into your music, or did you just kind of back off everything, or how did you do that?
I just kind of, shut the curtains and, turn the TV
Like
off.
the song said,
Yeah, very much so. I mean, I don't like to write songs that are, this happened and then this happened. I like to be creative with lyrics, but that song's pretty dead on. I just disconnected for a while. It was seeing the posts from everybody in the comments, and people talking about, it was because of a COVID vaccine and all this crap that people say because they need something to
fodder
to talk about. I just felt no reason at all to be connected to anything. So my wife and I just kind of hid away for a while, and I didn't play gigs for a while. It was supposed to be a private thing, but he was such a big guy, that everybody has something to say. And I dealt with the same thing that you're describing, just, seeing his truck drive past my house when it wasn't. It's a weird deal. It's a sad deal. And people like him shouldn't be the ones that go so early,
Yeah.
But they do.
There's a musician named Jake Flint. He passed away 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago. 2 years next month. He was a good friend of mine. I wrote a song for him. just another lousy week. I'll keep the curtains drawn, I won't turn the TV on. Pretend you're not gone, and maybe get some sleep. But they said you're done living, they'll up and run with it. They'll have some fun slipping in to your light. And now everybody's your best friend. All of a sudden I just sit back and grin, 'cause all the hugs and prayers they're sending, well, they don't mean shit to me. It's all just wrong, ain't it? It can't be gone, can it? We're all alone, ain't we? Or are we all just wolves anyway? You showed me that I can be more than just a broken man, and how worthy I am of love. But all that seems so great now, it's so far away from us. Haven't you gave enough? I'll try to be who I am, but it's hard to give a good goddamn about the happiness that stands somewhere in my memories. 'Cause it's all just wrong, ain't it? It can't be gone, can it? We're all alone, ain't we? Or are we all just wolves anyway? It's all just wrong, ain't it? It can't be gone, can it? We're all alone, ain't we? Or are we all just wolves anyway? We're all just wolves anyway. It's cold in this house today. It's cold in this house. That's a song for Jake Flint. Thank y'all so much. Thank you. All right.
Let's talk about something a little bit happier.
Yeah. Moving on.
Yes, we'll talk about the song that you wrote. It was you did it today. It's a beautiful song. It's called Reach. You wrote that for your beautiful wife Olivia, who's just a total rock star back there cheering us on.
I know she won't let me pull her up here. I told her I was going to make her talk on this thing.
She said
and
no.
Even before we even realized there was video involved, she said no to even talking. Love you.
Aw. So tell me how that song came to be. Other than your immense love for her.
Let me explain.
Okay.
So I wrote her a song years ago when we had first started dating, and I thought that it was lovely, and I was like eager to show it to her. So she listens to it, and she was like, "Yeah." I was like, "You don't like it?" She's like, "Well, I mean, it's kind of sad." And I was like, "That wasn't supposed to be sad, you know?" And so I got to listen back to it. I can see it. I can see why you could take it as sad. I didn't mean it that way, but she's been like the most influential person I've ever shared time with. And I've written a song about this or that here and there, but I think I'm up to like 4 that I've written for her, which is weird because I don't write love songs. Most of my stuff's sad. I find sad stuff easier to write about because everybody can relate to that. And like grief is grief and trauma is trauma. So no matter what you write about, if it's sad, somebody can find a way to connect themselves to that. Happy songs are really difficult to write because pure happiness and pure love are much more rare than sadness and grief. Our life is just designed that way. So there was a moment where it just kind of poured out, and I wrote it down. It was like the only real like happy love song I've ever written in my whole life, and it was easy. And ever since then, it's been easier for me to find ways to kind of navigate those emotions during like a songwriting process and just put it into a song versus like trying to force myself to write a song that is a happy song. Just had to be a person that I cared about enough to write it.
And life is always, peaks and valleys, I say all the time. That's my whole life. And so in music, writing music is the same thing. It's, you write about the stuff that people know, but it's ironic to me because you write about the sad stuff, but music is your joy. So, what would you do if you didn't play music?
And
it's just a joy.
You would think it would be easier to write happy stuff because music is the thing that brings you joy as a musician. And you know that. We've sang together.
Yeah, it was,
It is really weird to use a tool that typically brings you joy to pour out these...
To invoke that,
to invoke that emotion,
Yeah.
But it's so much more difficult for some reason to write, to use that happy tool that you have to write a happy song. Yeah. But with the right inspiration, I've found that it's actually not. It's not difficult. It was just difficult before because I didn't have something strong enough on the positive side of my emotional spectrum to give me a reason to sit down and write. I felt myself like trying to force something, and I would always just throw them away. So Reach was me realizing, as the song says, if you need someone, all you have to do is reach. Yeah. And she was right there, and I fought it for a long time because I didn't think that I wanted that or was ready for that, and it's been like the greatest thing I've ever done, aside from my daughter.
Yeah.
So
isn't it beautiful to find that? That's so beautiful.
It is.
It is. It just makes you happy.
I'm living in a movie.
Yeah, right. Up that peak for sure. So.
Here's the first real love song, I guess, that I've ever written. When you love someone that don't don't happen every day to be the only one. It's more than I can take, and if you need someone, all you got to do is reach. You just got to love. You just reach. You just reach. You just got to. Slow. Go slowly. And show me the witchy magic that you bring. And fold into me a little bit stronger now. There ain't a soul that's gonna come and take you from me. When you love someone, that don't happen every day to be the only one. It's more than I can take, and if you need someone, all you got to do is reach. You just got to love. You just reach. You just reach. You just got to. That's a song for my wife.
So you also played a song called Drain. What? I'm sorry, I always get this wrong.
Drain
Hole.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that song because I like that line, running from nothing. I don't know why I love that. That just hits me somewhere. Every time I hear you play it, I'm like, I just love that lyric. You know, because you kind of do that, you know, when you play music and you're trying to go out and, you know, hustle gigs and talk to, get your money right and work a day gig. And it's just so much, man. Yeah. And you always seem like you're running, but really, what are you running from? Because you're really running towards what you want to do.
It just so happens fittingly that the rest of that song is about alcoholism. So,
well, yeah, that's,
which is how you cope with the whole idea of like running for nothing. That's a weird one. I wrote that a long time ago. And it's kind of like the whole concept of that is me putting forth these excuses of, I can quit whenever I want. I can quit drinking whenever I want. And then the other side of my brain going, yeah, but you've already tried to do that a couple times. And it's kind of like an argument with my own psyche. Mm-hmm. Alcohol has been a beautiful disaster in my life. It's an escape that I've used for years, but it has also been like the cause of so many of the issues in my life. Sure. And so that song is literally just about my fight to try and stay sane, while also having to admit that I have an addiction that's not just music, and sure, I don't do drugs, but that is my drug, mm-hmm. Music and music and alcohol seem to go hand in hand for a lot of people, and you kind of fall into a pit with it.
Right.
And that song is me trying to claw out, of that pit. It was a lot of years ago. I was struggling a lot,
It's a mighty demon. It's
It
a
is.
mighty demon.
It's a strong one for sure.
Yeah.
One more drink ain't gonna hurt me. Oh no, I've had 5 already, and I'd say I've been doing just fine. But one more night of me undeserving, silly boy. 5 too many and 1 fight deep. I'd say that I'm far from all right, but let's just let it go right down the drain hole. Start it again, start it over again. Baby, don't miss me, please, 'cause then I'll be running for nothing. I can quit when I decide to, but I already tried to twice, and the last time didn't go well. I can't expect you to understand my views unless you just hear me out. I only drink when I'm stressed, but that is such a mess, 'cause all the shit around me stresses me out. We go round and round and round again and never really sort this out. Let's just let it go right down the drain hole. Start it again, start it over again. Baby, don't miss me, please, 'cause then I'll be running for nothing. Let it go right down the drain hole. Start it again, over again. Baby, don't miss me, please, 'cause then I'll be running. drain hole. Start it again, start it over again. Baby, don't miss me, please, 'cause then I'll be running for nothing. Let it go right down the drain hole. Start it again, over again. Baby, don't miss me, please, 'cause then I'll be
So what do you have coming up?
Well, so there's some. I wish I could talk about some of the things I'm doing, but it's not official enough yet for me to say. But I'll at least say I have a very cool set of circumstances that have led to me being able to use a really cool studio. So most of the songs I played today are not recorded. So my goal is to get all the ducks in a row for that, and to bring a producer with me and go out to this studio. I'll put more word out on that when I'm allowed to. But so new album. That's the main thing. New album coming out, and I think I'm going to do like song by song instead of just recording and releasing a whole album. I think that's just kind of the way things are going nowadays.
Yeah.
But aside from that, I want to keep finding cool opportunities like this, and like the church studio today to.
And you still have your weekly gigs. You do at the social.
I do, yeah. Every Wednesday at Social and Jinx, and every Thursday at Slow Ride. That's a resident gig.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
It is a
lot
one.
of fun.
Yeah. I'm just gonna keep playing. I tell my wife I'm gonna keep playing until they stop giving me money. And then I'll play in my living room.
Well, you do pretty good in that tip bucket, though. I've seen it. You know?
It wasn't bad. It wasn't
That's
bad.
pretty good. So, and where are you on the socials? Where can we find you?
I'm never good at this part.
On Facebook, Insta?
Facebook and Instagram, and my music is on Spotify and iTunes. But if you ask me the URLs or the addresses of these things, I don't. So you're just going to have to type my name. Yeah, Jacob Dement.
So, all right. Well, thank you so much for coming on today. We
Thank
really
you for
appreciate your time. I really enjoyed your show over at the church. It was really great. And just thank you. And thanks for being you. Keep doing what you're doing. You feed my soul.
I'll keep going. So, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
So we just got done talking with Jacob Dement. He just did the tunes at noon over at the church studio today, and was nice enough to come over and visit with us on the Tulsa Tempo Podcast. We had an absolute ball. So thank you again for your time. We appreciate you. And we hope you guys tune in next time. Thanks. I want to tell you guys all about my friend Ignacio Lopez. He is a local jewelry maker here in Tulsa, and he has decided to do the Leon Russell top hat. He's going to make a pendant in 18 karat gold, 14 karat gold, and sterling silver. It is absolutely beautiful. He has a lot of great pieces if you want to go check him out on happybuddha.guru. Ignacio Lopez. All right.
I got to get my hands on one of those top hats.
Oh, I know.